Back again for another one, Hyrox Training Blog episode 5. Another metcon session awaits, increasing our anaerobic capacity. It's great because by this point my leg injury was getting better, so I was able to add skipping, as you can see in this video, and by the end of the month I was able to start running again, which is perfect and gives me enough time to work with the running effects of Hyrox. Straight into our dynamic warm-ups to begin the session, and some familiar moves you've seen before and a couple of new ones. New week. Today's session is going to be hell. A lot of cardio, a lot of moving. I'm going to start with some skipping to warm up, and then I'm going to get into an EMOM for 25 to 30 minutes. I haven't decided on what. It's going to be nice and tough, and yeah, nice and quick. Early morning. It's 6 o'clock. Here we go. And we just carry on with a bit more warming up, opening your shoulders, opening those hips, feel that deep stretch, go into stretching your calf, your hamstring, your glutes to where you're comfortable. Get your shoulders nice and open, and as always doing some wrist work, direct work for the shoulders, so some banded shoulder rotations, just opening up that joint, making sure nothing's tight and there's no kinks or anything, especially as it's early in the morning. And of course, a handstand to finish. Form is whack, but it is what it is. Can't hold it, but able to test out my shoulders and wrists and everything was good. And a little walkthrough. Okay, so the first part of our routine was skipping. Pretty simple setup this one. So 10 minutes on the clock, 50 seconds of skipping, 10 seconds rest, and then you skip for another 50 seconds and do that for 10 minutes basically. And try to keep momentum, be as quick as you can. You can change it up, you can dial it back, obviously if you need to scale it. The most important thing is that for those 50 seconds you're giving it your all. On the last set I went for double unders, just to raise my heart rate a bit more and to give it a final push before what we're about to get into. Okay, now we're ready for something horrible. So the main course of the workout was 20 wall balls, 15 calorie ski, 10 devil's press, 15 calorie row, 20 minutes on the clock, and it's an AMRAP session, so as many of those as you can do. And full disclosure, this was horrible. It's disgusting, it's not fun, it's just torture. The first round was a flyer, but then by the time we get to the end of the second round, boy, I was really puffing. But yeah, man, you just gotta work at it and keep going. That's all I was thinking about, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And honestly, if I wasn't filming it and if I wasn't training for the event, I would have given up. With the wall balls, it's important for me to stay on that white line. I was using that as my base, and this really tests obviously your cardio and your quads, but also your ankle, hip mobility, and your shoulders as well. And you got to sit to parallel, which is the rule for Hyrox, so you just got to keep that momentum. Ski erg, you know the deal. It's mainly a full body exercise, but you really have to engage that core to pull those ropes. If you were just to use your arms, then you're kind of working against yourself and you just won't be able to burn that many calories as quickly. The devil's press is a nightmare. One of the hardest moves ever, and obviously scalable. You can just add the weight or take away the weight. Full extension, right at the bottom burpee, and then lunge up like nothing's happened and just keep going. And then the row, a lot of people in Hyrox use the rowing as a method to save your legs, and they end up using their arms because you want to save your legs for that next 1K that you have to do. On this though, I wasn't focusing on that. I was trying to get to 15 calories as quick as possible, so you really got to use your quads to kind of maintain that power output. And here we go, back again, just round by round, getting through it all. Look at that pain. The boy can hardly breathe. Sheesh. Should've done the 50, but it's okay. And to finish the session, obviously just some core work. At the moment, I'm really liking toaster bar. I'm loving the improvements I'm seeing, getting better each time I go for it. So I did toaster bar, 8 reps, supersetted with the bag pull throughs. Remember to keep your lats engaged, your core engaged, and lift with your core. Don't swing, and control the descent at all times. Straight into the bag pull-throughs. I'm working with a 15 kilogram sandbag. So you do 12 reps of this straight after the toaster bar. Make sure you keep your core nice and stable, squeeze your glutes and don't swing from side to side. If you want to make it tougher, go on your elbows like I do and keep pulling the same motion and keep your form intact. And if you want to obviously scale it up, you can increase the weight of the bag or decrease the weight of the bag. And that is today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a really good intense session. There's no substitute for intensity, minimal break, and working at that high heart rate, really increasing my anaerobic capacity, which is exactly what I need, because once you start running, it's going to make this a whole lot more tough. I'm really enjoying making this series, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching it too. If you want to support me, you know what to do below. The workouts get progressively worse, so there's some painful entertainment coming up in future episodes, and I hope you're sticking around. And I hope you're also taking away something from it to try new exercises or even to try Hyrox in the future. Until next week, see you then.